Good morning, everybody. Grace and peace to you from our Lord Jesus Christ and all the saints here in Central California. Back in the MDF. Been spending a lot of time in here the past couple of weeks. And pardon this, my little furry friend here. It's very clingy. Oh, is there a meeting starting? It's a meeting I don't go to. Teams just popped up with a notification that a meeting was starting. I'm not going to that meeting. They don't need me. What are we doing right now? We're okay. We're doing more wireless stuff. Sorry, these things are totally unscripted. So if you didn't know that, now you know. I don't. I just turn a microphone on and start talking. Um, we're doing more wireless setup this week. Um, we ordered 60 more APs, and they have to be set up to use our wireless controller. Um, it used to be you could just put a few options in your DHCP scope that would just AP would boot up. It would discover those options and go check in with the wireless controller. No more. So we have AP 5020 universal APs, and that means they can run one of two OSs. And one of them is like an extreme cloud OS, I think. I'll tell you in a second here, in a minute. And the other is the Wing OS. So when we set these up, they come like plain vanilla, brain dead. They don't know what to do. All they know is they have an internet IP. They have to go check in with the cloud, the Extreme IQ cloud, and then that will tell them what to do from there. So they check in, and then depending on how you've got it configured, they'll either attach to your cloud or they'll attach to your local controller. We use local controllers here. So today I'm going to kind of go through the process of how we do that. You're sitting on top of an unopened box of APs here, right there. And let's swing these back around slowly so you don't get motion sick. The first thing I had to do was, I've been doing them kind of piecemeal, one or two at a time. That gets old quick and it takes a while. It can take about 10 minutes for this whole process to occur. In some cases 15. So it takes a little while. So you don't want to just do one at a time. I usually do 5 at a time, just because it's more manageable that way. And a box holds 5, so it just makes sense. So first thing I did this morning is I pulled, a few more cables here. So I got 5 cables pulled here. There's 4, there's 5. And so I don't have to tie up one of these cables from my laptop. I want to use wireless. So for each one of these cables and the ports they're plugged into, I had to put them in the wireless. I had to untag them in the wireless management VLAN and tag them in the wireless data VLANs. So, and the reason I do that is because if I connect to wireless, the API I connect to is up there in that mess somewhere. It's actually sitting on top of that ladder rack that runs along the wall that way. So I'm connected to that. But now let's say I successfully approve these APs and get them all set up. What happens? My laptop will attach to those. And if I don't have all the data VLANs on there, I mean, if I kept this wired, I could just put those in the management VLAN. I wouldn't have to add any other VLANs. They would come up. It would work. I could approve them. I could do everything I needed to do. But since I'm being lazy and I don't want to pull yet another cable over there, which totally could, it's okay, but I just would rather do it wireless because why not? So I have to untag all the wireless data VLANs there. So enough said. That's what I did there. So now next thing is I've got to, well, let me get to the website first. So let's get in there and do that thing. And then I'll see what, if anything, I can show you on there, because I don't want to give away my secrets. Okay, let's close that all out. Open up a web browser. Yeah, we don't need to restore it. We use Tanium here, and Tanium rebooted my machine because of a bunch of updates. So yeah, yay. All right, I've got an office workspace, or actually a, what do they call this now? Is it still called Internet Explorer? No, Edge. I've got an Edge workspace set up with all my wireless stuff in it. So I'm just going to pull that open. And one of those websites is Extreme Cloud IQ. So let's go ahead and log in there. Do my username and password so you guys don't see that. Okay, it's coming up, I promise. I hate those awkward silences. But we have some. We have a few awkward silences. So I hope this video isn't too long, because this is a kind of a long process. All right, website's finally coming up. Slowly coming up. Okay. Let's cover. Hang on, do I have something to cover that with? There's something I want to cover up. Okay, these numbers here, it's the service tag of my laptop. So if you want to download Dell drivers on my behalf, you can. Let's see, just scroll that up out of the way. Doing this. If it'll let me. There we go. Anything? Okay, I do not see anything too incriminating there. If you guys do, let me know, and I'll go back and delete the video. Anyway, here's what we have to do. We have to go to this extremecloudiq.com website, and we got to pull out this little drawer right over here on the side. And we have two options. You can manage your devices directly from the cloud, which is this, or you can manage your devices locally. And that is what I do. So let's get started. So if Extreme was nice and sent you a CSV of all the serial numbers, you can just import it. I have found that doesn't work really well. So what I usually do is just enter the serial numbers in by hand for each one of these. And it's not as bad as it sounds. So let me set you right here. You can sit on my laptop for a little bit, but behave yourselves. Don't press any buttons. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Yes, I'm using a real knife. I don't have one of those box cutter things. I mean, I do, but I like my knife better because I can use it for more things. Up to and including cutting my meat at the cafeteria, cutting the steak that we get served every day. Not. All right. So in here, we've got very tightly packed some APs. And I'll unbox one of these in just a second to show you what it's like. But for now, I'm just going to set these all side by side. Actually, I'm going to stack them so I can actually read the serial numbers. Don't destroy my desktop here. Are you still there? Yeah, you're still there. Sorry for the poor camera work, but that's what you're paying for. that. And number 5. So what I do here is you can see they got all the serial number information here on the side of the box. So that's really all I need. So let's set you guys, here, I'll set you on top of that box. Yeah, I'll set you back down here so you can see me. There you go. All right. You can see Grandpa. So I'm going to put in the first serial number here. 0. 3, 7, S, C, whoops, dash, C1. And just real quick, I'm going to copy this portion of it into my buffer here so I don't have to type this whole thing over and over again. 1098, comma, there's the first one. And let's do a control V. Let's see, 1, comma, there's the second. Control V. 073, comma, there's the third. Control V. 115, there's the fourth, comma. Control V. 113, there's the fifth. Now you know you've done it right if this button comes back blue. It says onboard devices. If you've got one messed up, it's going to come back and you won't even get the option to input. So correct, if all the serial numbers are correct, it'll go ahead and let you onboard them. So you can see here we can either do Cloud IQ Engine, so I guess I was kind of right, or we can do Wing for the device OS, because right now they don't have one, or it comes with, or they're both in there and you just have to activate one, I guess. So we're going to do Wing, and the other thing we're going to do is Enhanced Discovery. And what I need to do here is put in the IP addresses of my wireless controllers. So guess what? You guys get to sit there and watch my ugly face rather than my IP addresses. And so those are my 2 controllers, and I'm going to click Onboard Devices. Time is passing. You got little arrows chasing each other on the button there. And as soon as it comes back, there we go. So if it's done correctly, you'll come back and you'll see it'll list all the serial numbers that it imported. It said they're there, they're done. So I could actually go through and do all the new boxes I have, and that's probably what I should do, but I'm not gonna. So what I'm gonna do now is bust these APs out and see if I can get all 5 connected up. So how am I gonna do this? Let me move you guys over somewhere else. Where can I put you? I'll put you up here. Put you guys up on a shelf. Not that high. How about right there? So you can kind of see what I'm doing. You guys are sitting on the top of a fiber patch panel, so don't kick your legs. You might knock it down. So, all right, let's do this. Get myself some working room here. So, bust open a box here. We got a manual, which I never read. Got this nice piece of plastic, sanitized for your protection. Older guys will remember that, and gals. So here's a shiny new AP. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, access point. And in the bottom of the box comes with the mount. So the mount twists up into this little circular area. And what we have here, here's the sole indicator light, which flashes several different colors. Here are the ports if you've never seen them. We've got an Ethernet / PoE port. We've got another Ethernet port. And we've got a power supply port if you need it. The two Ethernet ports can be used a couple different ways. So you can use both of them to create a lag on your switch. So you have 2 gigabit uplink. I'm not sure if these do 10 or not. I don't think they do. I think they're just 1 gig. So you can get a 2 gig uplink for your APs. Or you can configure this second port to daisy chain to another AP. So if you don't have the wherewithal to pull the wiring, you can plug one in here, plug another one in here, and then configure this AP to make this I think it's called a pass-through port. I don't know, I've never done it. That's kind of the wing / zebra legacy from Extreme. So anyway, and I like to keep these with the boxes so that the serial numbers are together. I don't know why, just I do. I like doing that. So I'm going to take this first one and I'm going to plug him in and get him started. I'll use the really long cable for this one. I'll set it over there. So let's plug that into the Ethernet P0 PoE port. And there's the red light. It's got power. It's starting up. It's getting ready to do its thing. Set him over there. Let him cook. Let's do the next one. This guy out. Get rid of the nice packaging. Stuff this all in the same bag. Throw it all away at once. Let's get the next longest cable. These are all getting tangled up. Good job. Good job there, Mr. Network Admin. Let's plug this guy in. So what I'm going to do is close this box up, and I can stack these two on top of one another. Like that there. And let's see how we're going to do these. So I'm running out of room. Grab this, grab that. Take all this, stuff it in here. I'll give you the big thick cable. Turn you around. Plug you in. There's that box. That's how we'll do it. Almost there. 5 of these going. And then we will wait. Another skinny cable here. Actually, this is kind of a longish cable. That's why I'm using that one. And then I have a short cable. So I'm going to put that one here and the one on top. I don't know why this, but they put this on half of it. Oh, one half is textured and the other half is shiny, and they cover the shiny part with this. I don't know. I don't know why that is, but that's just what they do. I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. This is textured over here, and this is shiny over here, and they coat it with plastic, I guess, to keep it shiny. And I'm not going to bother closing this box because the cable's really short. All right. We got 5 APs cooking there. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see, the light's still red. Means it's updating. It's actually right now it's still looking for mama out on the internet. So we just got to wait for that portion. Ah, where am I going to put you? Let's see. Hang on. Sorry. This is poor camera work. I know. That's... Jeez, this is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Here, look at the wall for a second. And do that, do that. Holy smokes, why did that have to be so hard? Oh, anyway. I don't know why I went through all that. I'm just going to have to put you guys on pause for a few minutes anyway. Because what I do next is I go into the my wireless controller and start monitoring it for these APs to start showing up. Let's see. So I'm going to go to monitor, devices, access points, and I'm going to filter on 5020 access points. Ooh, somebody's going to get a parking ticket. Okay, oops, excuse me if you heard that. Let's see. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to do now is wait. Oh, I don't want to filter on that. I want to filter on -C1. There, we'll have less things to monitor that way. I'm going to filter on a portion of the serial number so that they show up correctly. Let's see, maybe I got a better serial number to filter on. Yeah, how about that one? Oh, that one's better. I like that serial number better because there's nothing there until they show up. Let's see, that. So here, I'll just show you. That's what I'm waiting on. This is my wireless controller. I went to monitor, devices, access points. And that's where I am. That's where I am waiting. Oh, and I have to do this. This auto refresh. Let's put that on 30 seconds. Refresh it. Go. And it's going to look like that until these guys are done updating. And once they've checked into the controller, they'll show up, and I'll see if I can show you what they look like. I think they're going to show up with IP addresses listed. I know they will. So I won't be able to show you that, so you just have to trust me. So for now, for the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to put you on pause. So time will pass very quickly for you and very slowly for me. Okay, something is happening. Sorry for all the shaky. You can see there, I'm covering up the part I don't want you to see, is a blue dot showed up with the serial number. And that means that boy has checked in with my controller, and it is now, so it has changed its OS to Wing. It's rebooted. It's found my controller, and my controller has realized that it is not the latest firmware. So the controller is upgrading its firmware. And once it's done with that, it'll reboot again, and there'll be a green dot. And I'll show you that once. So that red dot means it's offline, it's rebooting. And when the green dot comes back, I'll show you that. So we'll unpause you again in just a minute. All right, here we go. You can see that that AP we're looking at before now has a green dot, and another one is checked in, and it's getting upgraded right now. So that's it. That's pretty much the whole process. And what I'm going to do now is, oh, sorry, there we go. Once they've all checked in, I'm just going to go ahead and just leave it, disconnect them, put little check marks on the box to let Jose over there know that these are ready to install, and that'll be it. Box them up, and then he can grab them whenever he wants. And yeah, pretty cool. You know, I always talk about Jose. That's Jose way over there, man. He's a rock star. He's a guy installing all these APs. So he I gotta show you Jose because we're brothers. I mean,
we're twins.
Yeah, only our mother can tell us apart, man. Alrighty, guys. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Any questions? Let me know, and we'll catch you all next week. God bless.